that a day?
I'm telling you.
Wow. A day.
Stop. We don't have the mic in there.
Yeah, sure.
So 13 hours later, we got there a little after 6 o'clock. We closed out DCA.
Yeah. Properly.
Yeah, we didn't leave there till what?
After
quarter to 8?
After 7:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Me and Christina got off of Soarin' around 7:20.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Unfortunately, our last ride was gonna be Racers, and I got in line. I got in an 80-minute line, and the ride broke down, and everybody that was in the line had to leave, and that was
About
it.
a quarter of the people that were on the ride, they ended up giving them the NSA passes.
Oh, did they?
And they all ended up in Soarin', going right in front of me and Christina just before we got into the Soarin' attraction. So it took us an extra 5 minutes to kind of get through that ride. But it wasn't too bad. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And we went on Guardians, and the app said that it was a half an hour wait. We were in and out of there in like 15 minutes.
15?
Yeah.
Tops 15 minutes. It was great. Once we entered the library, we went directly to the line to get on the elevator.
Yeah, non-stop. It was great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that was probably my biggest highlight of the whole day was the operations of the park was pretty pristine. They had that spot on. They've been ready for this.
The only thing that was a downer was the train. And for multiple reasons. One, they pull the train, like last train ride is a 1:30 in the afternoon. Two, they're at like minimal capacity on the train, which is great. Not complaining about that part.
Perfect spacing.
But they have the two different trains. The trains where you face out, kind of like how we're facing now.
Yeah.
You face out.
Or
the ones that are on the, in a line. Why wouldn't you run the ones that are in the line, multiple trains?
We even heard one of the conductors or the people who load the trains saying, "Oh, wait until the next train. It literally has 3 times the capacity of this train."
And they have 2 of those trains, so I just find it weird that they chose to run one larger capacity train and one smaller capacity train.
Yeah.
So that also I think was the longest line that we waited in of the day.
So overall, we had a great day. I'm gonna say my favorite ride, aside from being in Galaxy's Edge and watching these two, the reaction on Rise of the Resistance, which we will put a photo of their faces in action, looking up at Kylo Ren and what's his name? Another Weasley. General Hux. So we'll put that photo up in there too. It was amazing and wonderful watching these two react to that ride.
It was great.
I really enjoyed Haunted Mansion and the new changes and the fresh look. They did a great job on that.
Yeah, Haunted Mansion was great.
Indeed.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I will say, I will jump in here and say, I thoroughly enjoyed Snow White.
Yep. If you didn't say it, I was going to.
You know, I was very skeptical.
Yep.
I was making fun of it prior to even going on it.
Yeah, me too.
And I was like, oh, Snow White's Enchanted Wish, whatever.
Which I find so odd because Lonzo was like, a must-do of mine is Snow White.
Well, because it was a must-do because I needed to see it.
Right.
I needed to see it.
That, yeah.
And I needed to make that decision, But like, it was really good. And for those of you that go on it, like, they didn't take anything away. They just moved things around and added things to it.
They filled in what I consider dead space.
Yeah.
And
like,
honestly, dead space and dead storytelling.
Yeah.
They in the original Scary Adventures, it was kind of a sporadic storytelling of the Snow White tale.
That you never got a conclusion to by BT dubs.
Exactly. It never was a conclusion. And it was just like, oh, the witch died. We're all happy.
Now we're all happy.
As far as I know, is still never even bit the apple.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She never.
In this one, we have pretty much
see
the whole
it's
film.
so great.
I'd say the only thing that they omit is the witch directly, getting Snow White. You know
what they didn't have? You know what they didn't have? Hold on, spoilers here, but you know what they didn't have?
Snow White.
And I'm going to say this. This is, you guys are going to be like, oh, when I say this. And because at the end of the ride, there was a part of me that felt like something was missing, and I was like, it kind of felt like it happened quickly, even though I really enjoyed it, it did feel like things happened quickly, and I felt like something was missing. And it was that moment of when you're in the forest with the trees,
That's
the scary trees.
Part.
I mean, it's not the only scary part because there are like the witch and like that's scary, you know. But I mean, that forest part I think was definitely the top scary moment. But like you just don't have that. That sort of like anxious feeling, anxiety of that scene is no more. You know, the scary moments aren't like that.
Happy scene now, like what they've added in that area.
The scary moments aren't like that. Like they're easy. You know,
I want to hear what Christina has to say. She's been sitting here pretty quiet.
She's exhausted. She's like,
I'm really
tired.
I'm really tired. It was such a good day.
Yeah.
It was fine. It was nice seeing like that. Rise was. I don't even need to spend any time explaining how amazing that was. I don't know. I feel like going on Incredicoaster and then Guardians as like some of the last couple rides we did. I think that was like my favorite part because it finally felt like those are the rides we typically go on. At least I typically go on. And it finally felt like I was like truly like back in the park. Things were getting back to normal. It just felt like genuine at home. It was so nice. It felt good just scream and have fun.
Exactly. And overall, you know, the crowd was amazing. It was you didn't feel or sense a crowd at Disneyland at all.
No.
And I mean,
DCA I did, and I was
bit,
wondering if that was because the park is smaller.
It's a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes.
think it was.
And everybody seemed to go over there when we did. But I thought the social distancing was great. All that stuff was just amazing.
Yeah, and
yeah,
all the-
I felt comfortable.
We were talking about it all in all. I think maybe we could count in one hand how many people we really saw that weren't going by the rules. Like I saw one person probably with their mask beneath their nose.
Yeah.
I saw maybe like 3.
You know what I mean?
I saw
4
a guy
throughout the whole day.
in line for Soarin' was the most egregious offense I saw, and it seemed like the person accidentally brought food in the line and didn't want to get out of line because the park was closing in 2 minutes. So they took their mask down, stepped to the side of the line, and were shoveling the food into their mouths and the drink because they couldn't bring it on the ride. And that was the most egregious offense I saw all day.
I did see a couple families at different times throughout the day walking through the park, drinking and eating with their mask down.
Yeah.
But that was just a couple times.
It was very minimal though. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I will
Sneaking
say,
and drink.
we actually,
They
we all went
not
through
sneakers.
the
They
shops
were
on like
fully
Main Street,
walking.
and Diane and I were sitting down at one point, and I think Eric was with us, and we were eating candy or whatever. We didn't have any candy in our hands.
Yes.
We were chewing, and literally, like maybe 30 seconds in, a manager came up and was like, "Hey guys, so when you're sitting here, you have to be eating or actively eating or drinking to have your mask off." And we were like, "Cool,
We didn't
Got
know.
food in our mouths.
following right now."
Taking a drink of water. Like,
So yeah, like it was like I felt that they were really on it with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the good times. Here's the complaining.
Park
of the
House
day.
complaint.
Hashtag TPG complains.
I do not want to hear anybody recommend the Lamplight Lounge to me again. I've given them 2 chances and several years in between. Waste of time, waste of money. Do not recommend those lobster nachos to anybody because I'm going to tell you, and then 4 other people are going to tell you, it's maybe 20% lobster, and the rest, folks, you're eating tuna. You are not just eating lobster.
Calling them
That's
out.
the fishiest smelling lobster I've ever had.
Thank you.
It had
Thank
a weird
you.
taste to it.
I'll say
It
this,
didn't
if
taste
it's-
like lobster on the first bite.
And this lady here loves fish.
I do.
She really does. And she was saying it was very fishy.
It was weird.
Yeah.
And it was like mush. It wasn't pieces of
No
lobster.
chunks
it
of
was
lobster? Yeah.
Like
It was
cat food.
honestly like
gross.
like it was like
Pureed.
mushed or pureed together.
Yeah.
I thought when you think, well, at least when I think lobster nachos, I think like chunks of lobster
Yeah.
tail.
Like a lobster mac and cheese.
Yeah, that you can
Yeah.
see physical like if you were to chunk pieces of chicken.
Yeah.
Yes,
You'd
like
be
chicken.
able to see chicken squares like that.
Yeah, like, you know, maybe just use the lobster like you would any other protein that you put on a nachos.
Not like a pate.
And that's kind of
That's what it
something
was.
to like, if it wasn't mixed with a fish, then the lobster was going bad.
We
Yeah.
don't know this for certain.
Yeah,
but we're
these are
basically
just-
like
just
It was too fishy.
99.9% sure.
It was too fishy not to be mixed with fish.
But my question is this.
We're going in on
But
these
but I can
nachos.
tell you, as someone who doesn't eat fish, that was tuna. In there. There was tuna. in
It's
there.
tuna.
My question is this, okay? If that's 100% lobster, why is it mushed up to pate?
And why does it
smell like
that?
fish fish?
If it is 100% lobster, you're gonna have a hard time telling me that lobster wasn't going bad.
And we'll throw that picture in there too because I took a
Yeah,
picture of it.
well,
And you determine if that looks like pate or tuna. Or,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you let us know.
That was one negative. Another. Let's just keep going on the complaints.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
That's
second
complaint
negative.
one.
It wasn't even my dish. My dish was the lobster nachos.
Yeah.
Casey got the potato skins, and there was a pool of grease.
Like
have that picture
literally,
too.
a literal. And I have that picture to show you too.
We all kind of shared the potato skins, and not a single. We all liked the potato skins.
Yeah.
They were very
They
good.
were good.
Right.
The
Not
ones
a
on
single,
top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not a single one of us had any inkling of going after the last potato skin because it was sitting in the pool of grease, and
Yeah.
it was disgusting.
At one
Yeah.
point, we took a picture to send to our friend Cassandra, and Diane held up
Yeah.
the greasy. We have that picture.
I
We'll
have
put
that
that
picture.
picture
We'll
in
We're
put
putting
here.
all the pictures
All
in
the
today.
pictures.
She picked up the potato skin and like moved it over and take a picture, and there was grease droplets
Dripping
on the
off it,
table
on the
where she was
table.
holding it.
So-
Good marks about the Lamplight Lounge is
Drinks
the
were
waiter,
Drinks good?
Drinks were good.
the waiter
Oh,
Michael,
Michael was
and
Megan.
Michael and Megan.
Megan,
were
great.
great.
No, the both of them. That's a service team that I will see them out until the day that the
Yes.
lamplight closes.
Yes.
That's such
Yes.
a great team.
Yes. Megan.
Michael and Megan,
So-
y'all are great.
right there.
They have all these coasters, like 6 or 7 different
Do you want
ones.
to show this?
So
We're
we
not putting
grabbed
it
a pack or like a set. We grabbed all the ones from the table, and then like at the end, we're like, Megan, can we have a few more? Because
Tell
those
them
are all
that.
stained. And she gave us like 6 sets of
She gave
all
us
of them.
all a set.
So
Yeah.
she was like
Hook
a
this
box
up.
of coasters.
Hook this up.
So
Yeah.
Hope
what
that doesn't get her in trouble.
No.
those are all the coasters we got.
She's
You know,
great. Yeah.
totally Megan, Michael,
Class.
making magic, 100%.
Yeah.
They were
And
class
They're
acts.
great. They're
And
great.
Michael went and got one of the cooks. He was not a head chef. And he came and talked to Alonzo and said that he was going to hook him up with a vegan nacho. Well, when the nacho came, and we'll put that picture in there as well, it
Let
was
Lonzo
not.
let Lonzo talk about his nachos.
Yeah, it was not
He
worth.
wasn't fully disappointed, but it was a disappointing.
Well, it wasn't worth $18.
What I was,
Wasn't
it wasn't
$18.
as like high quality as I was expecting.
So how'd the
Me too.
conversation
Lonzo,
with
how was your
Dylan go? Like,
yeah, how was your conversation? how were your nachos?
Okay, I'll tell you how the conversation went. Dylan, great guy. Great guy. Nice fellow. Cool dude. I'd give him a second chance, but I don't know. It'd have to be a hard second chance, you know. He just asked me what I wanted, what I was thinking, and I told him that I wanted some nachos. I saw that they had an Impossible Burger on the menu, and I was wondering if they could take nachos and the Impossible Burger and use that as the meat. And I saw that they had vegan cheese, so put the vegan cheese on there and some other veggies and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, sure. And he ran down the list, told me all the things that he could put on there. He said he was going to do the chips, 2 layers of vegan cheese, that he told me, you know, I'm going to try to melt it as best as I can. And I was like, yeah, totally, I get it, it's fine.
You can only do so much with vegan cheese.
Right, well, I mean, and they had nachos, vegan nachos there before, and they used a different vegan cheese that actually melts like normal cheese, but they just don't have that anymore. But so he was using this cheese, and he just like told me whatever, and then he ran down the list, and he was like, okay, and I'm gonna put the Impossible Burger on top, the patty on top, like crumbled up. I was like, awesome, that sounds great. And then it came, and it was
not that.
not that. Yeah, I mean, like, like there was a good amount of the chips were burnt, probably from them trying to melt the cheese, which I can get past, whatever. There wasn't 2 layers of cheese, like he said. It was just like 1 layer
At one
on
point,
top.
there were 2 slices of cheese sitting on top of each other.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what he
maybe
meant.
that's what he meant.
2 layers.
I thought he meant he was gonna do like some chips,
Yeah.
some cheese, some chips, some cheese.
No, just
No,
cheese
it just
and
gets cheese and cheese.
Got lost in translation.
Yeah.
Not enough product
Pico,
on there. No
not enough
meat.
pico,
Yeah,
not enough.
Dry, yeah.
It was like a
Sprinkles.
spoonful of
Sprinkles,
pico,
yeah.
spoonful of beans,
He asked
some
you if
avocado.
he asked you if you liked jalapeno, and then he just put like a whole jalapeno on the
roasted-
side.
like a
He
pickled
roasted it, and
jalapeno.
he like cut it in half and then kind of sat it there.
I don't know if it was roasted. I felt like it was pickled.
Was it
was-
pickled?
yeah,
it was
looked
just a
like it was
whole
pickled.
pickled
Yeah, it was not
jalapeno.
roasted.
It wasn't raw.
But he
yeah.
didn't
It
even
was like-
slice it
yeah.
up.
You might as well just slice raw
You know?
jalapeno
And
put on.
Yeah.
and then
With anything.
and then the thing was I was like I looked at it and I was like, okay, there's no Impossible patty on here.
There.
He said he was gonna do that. I didn't want to make a big deal about it. I hate doing that.
That's what the theme park gals.
But you know, I mean, in the moment, I just hate.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
because
no, I
I'm,
get it, 'cause
you know,
I'm the same way.
yeah.
Yeah. I
But
get
like, I then asked for some salsa because my chips are dry. At this point, 90% of my chips are dry,
Yeah.
and I'm just eating chips with some stuff. Okay, and he finally brings me the salsa, but it's just like a little tiny ramekin of salsa, and I'm like, this isn't gonna be good enough for all my
I feel
chips.
like if Christina would have asked for a side of ranch for her French fries, she would have gotten more ranch dressing than he got salsa.
I think so.
They
You know
probably
what I
wouldn't have
mean?
been charged for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
So-
a deeper
Yeah.
ramekin.
I had no problem with the cheese. I was fine. I expected the cheese to be like that.
Yeah.
I had a problem with the fact that it was like a spoonful of beans, a spoonful of pico,
Yeah.
and he totally forgot about the Impossible.
With how the waiter put the order in, at least how he told us he was going to put the order in, and with how it ended up showing up, and with how you described the conversation that you had with Dylan as he came to the table, it almost sounds to me as if the order came across saying, vegan nachos, see Chef Dylan, and whoever got the order, the line cook on the line, went to Dylan and he said, do this, 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 and this. So via a game of telephone,
Yeah, and
Lonzo
something was
ends up
left out.
getting a plate of nachos that doesn't have this, doesn't have this, doesn't have this, but it's vegan nachos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like they tried, but I'm not sure that the guy who had the conversation with Lonzo is
Yeah,
the same one who
didn't
made
Get
the
communicated,
food.
right?
You know, because
Yeah.
if he made the food, it probably would have come out different because he had the conversation.
Yeah, totally.
So in all, for all 5 of us, and we got alcoholic drinks as well, the bill was $170 without a discount. Again, in this theme park gal's opinion, not worth it. I will not. In fact, we had reservations for Lamplight Lounge for our June trip, of which I held it up to everybody, and everybody unanimously
Unanimous.
said cancel that.
Before
So
we
I
left,
did.
that was before we
That
even
was
got
before
the
we
check.
were
were
at
at
the
the
table.
restaurant.
While we
Yeah,
were
we
still
won't-
eating our food.
We don't want to go back there. Yeah.
It was, it was a good experience to be able to sit on the bottom level on
That
the
was
water.
very cool.
Yeah, that was
That's
nice.
what I
That was
wanted.
very cool.
Yeah,
That's
that was
exactly
awesome.
what I wanted.
Yeah.
I feel like if we all would have got the burger that Christina got, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah.
We'd all be very happy because it seems like they
Yeah.
put a lot into that burger.
Right.
They did have a vegan burger, and I was very much considering getting it. The issue is that that's like
Your option.
the majority of the options at the park is a vegan burger.
Have an Impossible
And
burger.
while we're at it,
Yes.
right now at Disneyland Park, your vegan options are slim to none.
So
I asked
disappointing.
a plaid, Joey on Main Street, cauliflower sandwich at Red Rose Tavern,
Which
is
lots
basically your
And
choice.
Lonzo's had it.
I've had it.
and
You said it's really messy. Is
it's
that what it is?
messy, you know, like
Yeah.
it's just something that you have to be in the mood for.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a burger. You can't get a burger. No Impossible Burger.
Yeah.
He actually recommended that we go to downtown Disney.
And it really,
Yeah, that's what it
it's
is,
so strange to me as somebody who, back in 2016, around the time Lonzo had first become vegan, we were able to go to a music festival that one artist had thrown, and there were 2 vegan food carts
Yeah.
sitting there. And some of the options that they had at the food cart were very simplistic things that me, Christina, and Lonzo have taken into our own lives and used in recipes, like buffalo cauliflower. It's a very simple thing.
Yeah.
It's a very simple thing that Disney could do really well if they tried to. They could do sweet and sour cauliflower. They could do so much with just having cauliflower, but they do the one thing that's apparently not even satisfactory.
Well, you all that have watched our previous videos, when we've cooked, we also cook a vegan option of it. It's not that
It's not
difficult.
difficult.
We've made the 4 cheese Monte Cristo vegan.
Yeah.
And it's not that difficult.
And if you're saying you don't got the market for it or something, I feel like you're looking for excuses.
No, you do.
Because even non-vegans will eat the vegan option. It's a healthier option, and a lot of times it's a tastier
We do that.
option.
We'll go. We usually do like a meatless Monday. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it. Knott's Berry Farm serves vegan food.
Yo,
They love
honestly, I would prefer to eat, no lie, because Knott's Berry Farm has more options, and they don't have a lot of options, but they have more options.
Yeah.
I would prefer to just eat food at Knott's Berry Farm than
And
Disneyland.
that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks because Disneyland is known for having good food.
The only thing that's nice with Disney is like if you get a reservation at one of the restaurants, you can talk, like what happened with Lamplight. You can talk to the chef, and hopefully they'll get your order right and make you something really cool.
Yeah.
Like what happened a couple years ago when me, Mom, and Casey went to Steakhouse 55. I spoke to the chef, and he made me this awesome meal. You know.
Yeah.
yeah.
So my
Any
last
positives?
thing to say
Complaints?
is had a great time. Can't wait to go back again.
Can I also say?
Yes.
I wanted to say, walking into Disneyland this morning was also, I think, the highlight of it too.
Yeah.
Walking in, all the cast members being on along the sidewalks
yeah.
of Main Street, just waving. They're like, "Welcome
Yeah, that's
back,
great
welcome
too.
back, you're
Yeah.
home, welcome back."
Yeah.
It was very like emotional and just so nice.
Yeah.
That was a good part.
I
Yeah,
was
I
telling
love that.
Christina it was because we did it with Cassandra.
Yeah.
We walked in with Cassandra, and it was definitely different this time. And I was telling Christina that I got like, you know, the little
clap?
chokey in the
Oh.
little chokey in the throat walking in, and I'm like, this is dumb because I was here
Yeah.
Just a couple
3 days ago.
Yeah.
What the hell is my problem? But no, it was a different feeling, and I think it was different because we were together as a family.
Family.
Yeah.
You know, last time that we all went together was what, August of 2019.
2019.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I think there were different things that made it special, but it was so fun.
Yeah.
Right.
A
Yeah,
lot of the
a
cast
lot of fun.
members felt happy, like for us to be there. Like
Yeah.
even a couple hours in, they're like, "Hi, hi!" Like we're like, "Hi!" Like,
Yeah.
they were so
Excited.
excited.
Yeah.
They were excited just as much as we were.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
Biggest highlight of the day for me, we were standing in line for Snow White
Oh my God.
in like, I think Rapunzel, Cinderella,
Anna, Elsa.
Elsa,
Belle,
Snow
Belle,
White,
Belle,
Snow White,
Snow White,
Ariel.
Ariel,
All walked
showed
out.
up at the same time, and we all just started, yeah, applauding.
Yeah.
and they were like, Rapunzel was like, "Is this for us?"
Yeah, she's
I
like,
was like,
what?
she's like,
Like,
are they clapping for us?
They got so excited
She
when
like
they
turned around,
realized
had
we were
that
clapping
face,
for
and
us.
was so
Yeah.
excited.
It was so
Oh my God, it was
fun.
so
They were
great.
very
That's great.
princessy at
Yeah.
us and waved at us and took their little bows and
Loved
curtsies.
it. Loved
They
it.
That
were
was a great
so
moment.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
That
great
was
moment.
lovely.
We had all had great moments.
It was
Yeah.
a Disney
Just
day.
one little spit, which was Lamplight Lounge.
And you know what? To be honest with you,
It's like
I
an
think-
hour and a half of our night.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It took I feel like we would have been more productive and happier
Yeah.
if we would have
Just grabbed a
grabbed
burger
a corn
or
dog,
corn
grabbed a
dog.
burger
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Corn dog,
And-
for real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then just
Kept moving.
done more rides.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
You
so
know?
too.
And we would have saved $150.
I might have been able to go get my Sith cloak that I want.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But all in all,
Yeah.
now
good
we
time.
know. Now we have that extra time
Yeah.
for next time because
Yeah.
we canceled that
we're
reservation.
canceling that.
So-
But why I got you here, don't forget to click that like button.
Yeah.
Subscribe, tell your friends. We have 2 people. who
Two
won the
actual
contest.
winners of the contest who guessed
Yes.
costumes. So we will
Have that
contact
sent
you
out
guys
to
and get
you.
that sent out.
So, from Rogue One, which I really love that movie.
Love that movie.
Cheer It
Imwe.
Imwe says,
The strongest stars have hearts of Kyber.
May the force be with you. The force is one. What does he say?
I'm one with the force. I'm one with the force. The force is with me. I'm one with the force. The force
There
is
will
with me.
have. With that, anything else?
No, I think are we good, Lonzo?
We already did our movie quote.
Successful
I'm good.
day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.